Gilbert Arenas' ex, Laura Govan, trolled Dallas Mavericks star Anthony Davis. Davis, who was traded to the Mavs from the LA Lakers on February 1, went out with an injury in his first game as a Mavericks player. With almost all their big men on the injury report, the Mavs became the butt of jokes on social media. Davis, who has had a long annals of injuries, also became the target for fans after his injury was revealed. Laura Govan is one of the big names to troll the Mavs big men on her social media. She reposted a hilarious video on her Instagram story that showed a kid falling down bizarrely and seemingly hurting his back. The Luka Doncic Anthony Davis trade has so far been a disaster for the Dallas Mavericks. Since then, the Mavs have lost Davis and Daniel Gafford to injuries and are also left without their young center, Derek Lively II, for a significant amount of time. As per reports, Davis is expected to miss multiple weeks with an adductor injury. It was earlier reported that he might need surgery, which was later denied by the team. With 26 games remaining in the season and Davis out for multiple weeks, the Mavs season is feared to be over. Trolling Anthony Davis on her social media wasn't the first time that Laura Govan was trying her hand at it. Before she trolled the NBA star, she hilariously targeted Canadian singer Drake. She posted an edited video on her Instagram story that showed Drake matching steps with Kendrick Lamar in his Not Like Us performance at Super Bowl LIX. The reality TV actress made it clear that it was just a light joke, and her fans should not hate her for it. Laura Govan was previously engaged to Golden State Warriors star Gilbert Arenas, who is now married to Melly Monaco. Arenas and Govan have 4 children together: 2 daughters, Isla and Hamily Arenas, and 2 sons, Elijah Arenas and Aloni Arenas. The NBA had already been set on fire by one of the most shocking mid-season trades in recent memory. Luka Doncic, the face of the Dallas Mavericks, had been dealt to a conference rival. The basketball world was still reeling when an unexpected voice entered the conversation. Laura Govan, the outspoken reality star known for her strong opinions and her past ties to the basketball world. But no one could have predicted that her next target would be Anthony Davis. It happened in a game that was supposed to be about fresh starts. The Mavericks, scrambling to find their identity without their former superstar, faced off against the Los Angeles Lakers, led by LeBron James and his oft-injured but immensely talented co-star, Anthony Davis. Davis, who had long been plagued by whispers about his durability, had been playing well until he wasn't. Midway through the third quarter, while contesting a rebound, he landed awkwardly. The collective gasp in the arena was deafening. His face contorted in pain, and within moments, trainers rushed to his side. The whispers quickly turned into full-blown discussions about whether this was yet another setback in his storied battle with injuries. Social media erupted with reactions. Fans speculated. Analysts broke down the moment frame by frame, and memes flooded Twitter. But the loudest, and perhaps pettiest, voice came from Laura Govan, who wasted no time in posting a scathing Instagram story. "Oh, here we go again. Mr. Glass out again? Ain't nobody surprised. This man made out of cotton candy and broken promises. Y'all really thought he was gonna last a whole season?" The posts spread like wildfire. Screenshots hit every corner of the internet, and soon, fans were picking sides. Some found it hilarious. Others thought it was classless. Either way, Govan had everyone talking. For those unfamiliar with Laura Govan's history, this wasn't her first time stepping into basketball-related drama. Having previously been in a high-profile relationship with former NBA player Gilbert Arenas, Govan was no stranger to the highs and lows of the league. She had built a reputation for her candid social media presence, often weighing in on player controversies with little regard for diplomacy. Her latest attack on Davis, however, was particularly brutal because of its timing. The Luka Doncic trade had already shaken the foundation of the Mavericks. And now, with one of their conference rivals losing a key player, the balance of power seemed to shift again. Some saw her comments as merely pointing out the obvious. Davis' injury history was well documented, but others felt she had crossed a line. LeBron James, Ever the statesman didn't address the controversy directly, but his cryptic tweet seemed to be aimed at Govan. Some folks love to talk when they ain't never stepped in these shoes. Real ones keep pushing. #strive for greatness. Davis, on the other hand, wasn't in the mood to stay silent. In a press conference the following day, he was asked about the comments. "You know, I don't really pay attention to outside noise," he said, shaking his head. "People love to talk when they don't know what it takes to play at this level. I focus on my game, my team, and getting back on the court. That's all that matters." Despite his calm demeanor, sources close to the Lakers revealed that Davis had been particularly irked by Govan's words, especially given that they came at a time when he was already dealing with intense scrutiny. If there's one thing NBA Twitter thrives on, it's drama, and this saga provided plenty. Some fans hailed Govan as a truth teller, saying she merely voiced what everyone was thinking. Others called her out for being unnecessarily cruel, arguing that mocking a player's injury was low-hanging fruit. "I mean, she ain't wrong, but dang, have some compassion," one user tweeted. "Laura Govan saying what we've all been thinking for years," another posted. Conversely, Davis loyalists weren't having it. "She needs to sit down somewhere. What's her NBA stat line look like?" a Lakers fan shot back. The debate raged on, spilling into sports talk shows, podcasts, and comment sections across social media. Amid the chaos, one element of the situation couldn't be ignored: the ripple effect on the Mavericks. With Doncic gone, the Western Conference was already looking different. And now, with Davis potentially sidelined, teams were scrambling to reassess their playoff outlook. Some Mavericks fans saw Davis' injury as karma for the way their team had been gutted by the trade. Others felt it was a distraction from the real issue: how their front office had mishandled one of the league's brightest young stars. Regardless, the incident underscored the volatility of the NBA. One moment, a trade changes everything. The next, an injury shifts the narrative yet again. As the dust settled, Govan doubled down on her stance, posting another Instagram story. Meanwhile, the Lakers were left dealing with the reality of Davis' health once again. If his injury turned out to be serious, their championship aspirations would take a significant hit. On the flip side, if he recovered quickly and returned stronger, Govan's words would serve as just another footnote in a long season of ups and downs. In the end, the incident was a perfect encapsulation of today's NBA landscape, where on-court battles are only part of the story. Social media, personal feuds, and off-the-court personalities shape narratives just as much as wins and losses. Laura Govan's trolling of Anthony Davis may have been brutal, but it was undeniably effective. Whether she was seen as a villain or a truth teller depended on where one's loyalties lay. But one thing was clear: in a league that thrives on drama, she had successfully inserted herself into the conversation yet again. And as the NBA season marched on, one lingering question remained. When Davis returned to the court, would he use the moment as fuel to silence his critics? Or would the narrative of fragility continue to haunt him? Only time would tell. But one thing was for sure: the internet never forgets.